Joining me now, Colorado Congressman Joe Neguse, member of the House Select Committee on Climate Crisis. Thank you so much, Congressman, for speaking to me. We're just going to start simple. How much damage has Trump cost this country and the world's environment during his 4 years in office?
Well, good morning. It's good to be with you, Jason. It's hard to quantify. I mean, you called them the greatest hits. And as you look back over the course of the last 4 years, the way in which this administration has disregarded our environment at every turn, whether it's on the regulatory side, obviously, during the first 2 years of his administration when he had a Republican Congress that was complicit in undermining our nation's environmental laws. It's unfortunate. It's disheartening. I'm thankful that President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris will be taking the oath of office soon, and will be able to finally have an administration that actually listens to the scientists and follows the science, both with respect to the fight against climate change and also with respect to the public health crisis and COVID-19 pandemic.
So, Congressman, other than, rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement, which Trump, destroyed, and now we know Biden and Harris will rejoin, what are some other international or even just regional environmental treaties that you would ask that this administration, incoming administration, prioritize in order to get us back on track and make up for the last 4 years?
Well, with respect to the international question, I think President-elect Biden talked about on the campaign trail a great deal of showing leadership on the international stage and making clear to the rest of the world that the United States is back and ready to play a global leadership role in the fight against climate change. But I'd also say this. There's a risk of looking at the multiple crises and challenges that we're facing as a country in a myopic way. We obviously have a great deal of work to do in overcoming the COVID-19 public health risks and the economic fallout, but also the existential threat of climate change. And in my view, there's a real opportunity to address both of those crises simultaneously. And President-elect Biden has talked about this in the Build Back Better plan that he articulated during the course of the campaign, where you essentially invest significant resources in modernizing our electric grid, creating good-paying jobs, right, which also, in turn, helps address the double-digit unemployment that we are experiencing in some parts of the country as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. So there's a lot of potential actions that I think we can take in the coming year to address both of those challenges.
Incoming President Biden has been very clear that we're trying to shut down COVID, not shut down the economy. And Congressman, all too often, caring for the environment is seen to be in contrast with taking care of the economy. But we've seen under Trump, all of these environmental regulations he's taken back has actually cost us money. There was a $7 billion 20-year contract for natural gas that the United States had arranged with a French company that was rejected because now our natural gas is too dirty. What kinds of things will be enhanced economically for this country once we actually get in line with cleaning up our economy, cleaning up our environment more?
Well, I think that the economic costs of not fighting climate change and moving the needle in that regard are incalculable, and you've articulated that. Again, I think there's a real opportunity to ensure that these goals are not mutually exclusive, right? That we can grow our economy, create good-paying jobs, and protect our environment all simultaneously. I'll give you an example. Here in Colorado, as your viewers, I'm sure, are aware, we've had a brutal wildfire season. 2 of the 3 largest wildfires in the history of Colorado, 134 years, happened in the last 90 days. Both of those fires happen to occur in my congressional district in northern Colorado. There's a real opportunity to invest significant resources in hiring folks to do reforestation, climate adaptation and mitigation work, fire prevention and maintenance work. The Forest Service's budget has just been gutted under the Trump administration, and there's a real opportunity to improve in that regard. So again, sky's the limit in terms of what's possible. And again, I'm so grateful that President-elect Biden will be able to help us lead the charge on that front.
Congressman Joe Neguse, thank you so very much.